Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're over on the main account taking a look at the Abyssal Expedition. Now this account has sort of almost overtaken where my test server's at, so this is where we'll be covering it from now on. But there's a few things I want to discuss. This isn't going to be use these heroes, they're the best. It's going to be a discussion of what we know so far, because like we're all progressing at sort of the same rate. There's a little bit of testing from the test server that I can refer to, and hopefully give you guys an idea of where you might want to go down. So let's get into it. Just quickly before we get into this one, guys, we're just going to do the giveaway for the 85,000 subscribers. So this was the video. Let's see how many comments we did have. 2,132 comments. So let's see what we can get out of this. So we're going to copy this. Good luck to everyone. Control C that. Control V it over here. Filter duplicates, because that's a thing. And I think that's all we have to get YouTube comments. Let's go. Now, I will remember to scroll down so my head isn't in the way. I always mess this up and put my head in the way. But I think we're getting close to 90,000 subscribers as well at the time of recording this. So that one will be coming out soon in another video. Just keep an eye out, and we'll do another giveaway. It's actually getting ridiculous, so we will do that one as well. But we'll generate these comments. 14, 15. Come on, get there. Yeah, this takes a while. I probably could have cut, but we're that close now that we're here. Okay, 1988 unique comments. The world obviously wants me to get back into WoW. Wants me to get into Shadowlands. I didn't actually play BFA, if anyone was wondering. Ooh, this is a different way of that. Ooh, this has changed. The system has changed. CK93. I need that 100 of them stargazers. Well, you get that 100. Basically, dude, just DM Gwyneth in my Discord, and that'll be like my mod bot, so we can get to you there. Edit that comment with an email or Discord user so that I can verify it's you, and you'll get the prizes. Anyway, guys, hopefully the next giveaway will be soon, so that we can have another chance. Anyway, let's get into the video. Okay, so firstly, I'll just give you a quick roundup of where we are in the Abyssal Expedition at the moment. Our east side has worked through, and they are at the Odin boss. On the west side, we're still just, you know, making our way up to that Namora boss, but we wouldn't be hitting her straight away anyway. We'd wait and do some upgrades. So that's where we're at, just still making that way down. As you can see here on mine, I'm just waiting to get the extra legendary relics and then everything else up to level 3, and then I can gain another title, which is going to be solid. So looking forward to that. But basically what I wanted to look at was the sort of things that I've seen in the boss fights. So I was speaking to Shazam for this boss. He is up to it on his test server. He was saying that the warriors and rangers weren't doing as well. That's what he's got. He hasn't got mage invested. But from what I've heard from others, mage seems to be doing okay damage. But the warrior and rangers don't be seeming to do as much as they did in the previous abyssals. He did do some testing, because he has put a little bit of investment into the tank tree to test Daemon, and he said basically Daemon at 4/4 being level 4 relic with 4 of those relics versus a 5/0 Isold, so Isold having more relics, Daemon is doing more damage. So it may be a thing to do the tanks. Another thing that I'm very curious on is the Grizzle, to see if the Grizzle can help in that as well, stealing those stats and stuff like that. So I think tank may be a tree worth looking into. Obviously these two effects means, and because you're fighting both the bosses at the same time, having tanks means they don't get kneecapped at anything, so they might be able to do some pretty solid. Maybe you could use Lucius as a pseudo support to help sustain, something like that. I haven't looked into it too far. But it seems like for the people, because most people are going to be going ranger or mage, and then in previous abyssals it was always go ranger then warrior. along with support. Support's always going to be good. So support is something that I'm going to build as well. But as my third tree, I'm going to look into tank to see what I can get with Damon. But it seems like instead of warrior, the tank is going to be the better option, because instead of having to go with Isold and what's his face, Saurus, having to have both of them with those steep requirements, if you just have a decent Damon, you can probably get some really good damage out of it. Now, keeping in mind, like I said, support is always going to be relevant. You know, you got Rowan, Twins, Rosaline, even Rain is decent now too for that buff. So just keep that in mind. So what I'm going to be doing is basically, so when we look at my heroes here, I've gone Ranger tree, even though I am on the west, just because my mage tree is absolutely trash. So next up, I'm actually going to put a Grizzle and a... because I'm pretty much... that's all my ranges. I don't have any more ranges. So now I'm into support and whatever else territory. So my next drop is probably going to involve Damon and Grizzle, and then probably some basic supports like the Taline and the Rowan and the Twins. So that's what I'm looking at doing there. The other option to consider that I've seen people talking about and getting some decent use out of is going to be the Lawson. Now, obviously for people with the mage tree, if we go over here and we find the man himself. So if you are invested in the mage tree, if you started on the west and you did mage, he's going to be really strong because this eye is going to be in effect as well. However, this is what I'm keen to test because, like I said, his link does actually work on the boss, which is really strong, especially if you pair that with a Damon who's dealing full damage to both of them and then linking that damage back to them. I think it'll be really interesting to see how this can play out. However, if you have built the mage tree, you're obviously going to get him to survive longer into the fight, meaning the eye is going to apply more, meaning you get more damage out of ultimates. I am going to put him... I haven't decided exactly who my next 5 would be. Like I said, I'm considering Damon Grizzle. I may drop the Grizzle. I may do on my next 5 heroes, I may do Damon, Lawson, and then Taline, Rowan, and Twins. I just feel like that is a really solid core moving into the boss, and those are going to be the guys that I put there, and I'm not going to use for anything else except for conserving their stamina and building up that stamina until we get to the boss, because I'm really curious to see how this will play out. Like I said, the link, purely, like, I won't invest anything into the mage tree. He will be there purely to get the link because it lasts after death and see how much added damage he can get. So when I do get there, I'll do some testing. Shazam has added him, but obviously when you add someone to your roster, you've then got to wait for them to generate that, what is it, like 48 stamina or whatever it is to attack the boss. So we'll know more later because he's going to test him with 0 investment into the mage tree, but definitely something to consider. So if you're just unlocking some more slots and you're sort of maxed out on your main tree, on getting all the heroes in there that you can get, I definitely think Damon and Lawson are something to consider. Obviously, the mage tree is always going to be relevant, so don't be afraid to start dropping a few. Not the mage tree, sorry. The support tree is always going to be relevant, so don't be afraid to drop some supports in there, being your Taline, Twins, and Rowan, especially. They're the top ones for me personally. But yeah, the tanks. Damon, I'm keen to see what we can make happen with Damon, but that is all I really wanted to cover. Just a short video today, guys. I just wanted to get those ideas out there because we don't have so much advancement that we can give you the direct answer, but it's just something to consider, and you guys may want to look at progressing forward. Anyway, we got to capture this base and then we can progress onto here and hopefully whale on some Nemoras. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.